the life of our dreams.
It's changed my life completely. I'm a different person to the one I was when I started.
Never had such a good time in all my life.
I just love every minute of it because it has really changed my life.
The future and this company is absolutely awesome.
I spent 20 years in the textile industry as a director of various different companies. Had what they called a great job, and I really enjoyed my job, except that I had absolutely no time.
About 5 years ago, I was working in an environment which I suddenly found totally unacceptable because I was working with people who did not see the vision I saw or support me as I needed supporting, and got home one night and I said to Bill, I can't do this job till I'm 65. The day I decided to give him or at least to make that change, Bill said, why don't you ring the pension people and see how much your pension is? 22 years in the NHS, it was £43 a week.
I found running a business, a traditional business, that in the end I was working more and more hours to make the same money.
My background was in catering. I'm a qualified chef, and then I went on to do a job in telecoms. And then, while I was in that, I fell pregnant and I became a full-time mum.
I originally started working in the city as a futures and options broker, which was great financially, but it was very long hours, very stressful, very competitive. So at the end of 7 years, I decided to reduce my stress by setting up my own business, which promptly went bust 2 years later, and I lost everything. And that was a very low point for me, not just financially, but also in terms of self-confidence.
My life was my work. That was really all there was. And I reached that certain age and thought there's got to be more to life. I kept joining gyms, but I never got there. I never had time to go. That was the trouble. And there's just so many more things in life that I wanted to do.
I wanted to earn money, because I think I'm quite independent myself anyway, but I couldn't see any other way that I could earn money without someone else having to look after Beth.
Everything in today's world is changing so fast. The way we live, the way we shop, the way we work. Which is why, if you're looking for an opportunity to make a difference in your life, it's crucial not only to choose the right one for now, but one which will safeguard your own and your family's future. One that's well placed for both the marketplaces of today and tomorrow, and one which operates in the right way for the 21st century. One of the major changes is in the way we view our health. We're all living much longer, and we want to be healthy enough to enjoy our old age, which means that the health and nutrition market has grown phenomenally over the last decade, and it's still growing. And all the forecasts say that this rapid expansion will continue. Forever Living Products produces a range of top quality natural products for precisely this rapidly expanding marketplace. We're also at the cutting edge of the distribution revolution. More and more manufacturers are now supplying their customers direct, cutting out the middlemen. And that's what FLP does. Driving this revolution is home shopping and networking. Network marketing, buying direct from the manufacturer and being paid for recommending their products or services, is an approach that's now recognised as being so powerful that traditional companies like Virgin and Gillette are borrowing its best features to apply to their own operations. And because of this revolution, people's work patterns are changing. More and more people are choosing to work from home with all the advantages in lifestyle that can bring. And many more would like to, if only the money they made would replace or be better than the incomes they already earn.
I was introduced to Forever Living by accident. Somebody just said to me, you should look at what I'm doing. And they said they worked part-time, but they earned a full-time income. And I was instantly intrigued because I thought, if that's true, then that is something I'd like to get involved in. So when I came along to have a look at the business, I just saw freedom. Huge capital letters underlined. It just said, if this is true and this really is an opportunity that is there for me, then this could give me the lifestyle I've only ever dreamed of.
When we went along to have a look at the presentation, actually I only went along to make sure that Jeff wouldn't do it. Seeing the presentation and getting involved in the business got me thinking, maybe I don't want to be doing this forever. Maybe there is another way of earning a very good living and having time to enjoy things as well.
I was highly sceptical, because coming from a city background where if something's too good to be true it normally is, I was looking for the catch. But I looked at it up and down, inside out, every which way, and I just couldn't find anything wrong, and I suddenly thought, this is an incredible concept.
I don't think I slept the first evening when I came to the open evening, and as soon as I saw the concepts I just fell in love with it and thought if other people can do it, then why not me?
If you combine the lifestyle of working at home with no overheads, just a phone and a set of car keys, with the huge growth in network marketing and the explosion in the health and nutrition market, as Forever Living Products does, then not only can you have control of your daily life, but, possibly for the first time, real control of your income. You can start working part-time without it affecting your current job or career. Then if you want to, you can develop it into a full-time business. There's a range of incomes from a few £100 a month to many, many thousands. There are no limits. The choice is yours. However, it's illegal for a promoter or a participant in a trading scheme to persuade anyone to make a payment by promising benefits from getting others to join a scheme. And please don't be misled by claims that high earnings are easily achieved. Thousands of people around the country who just want to top up their incomes are earning an extra £100 to £500 a month.
I've been working with FLP for 9 months now, and the great thing about it is that it's very part-time. I'm earning about £400 to £500 a month at the moment, but that's really good for me because I can fit it in around my TV career, and it's meant that I have time to do the things I couldn't do before.
These people earn this extra income by using the products, finding out the benefits they bring, and simply telling others about them. Our business is not about selling, it's about recommending. Have you ever recommended a film to anyone you know? At the end of the month, you got a check from the grateful cinema owner, right? As if. Well, in network marketing, that's all we do, and we get paid to do it. For those of us who are interested in a larger second income, for a few more hours a week, but still part-time, you can earn between £250 and £1,200 a month. That's starting to be serious money, nearly £14,500 a year additional income.
I was making a go of it as a boat repairer and restorer of wooden boats, and also busy restoring a cottage with a young family. There was no way with a craft business that you could see an improvement in your income. You could improve it up to a certain extent, but usually only by working longer hours. So it was a classic situation of a level income and increasing expenditure, which we had to find. We would have had to sell our cottage, which we'd put our hearts into, and move into somewhere which in that area was difficult to find, somewhere a lot cheaper. And that would have meant a change in the way of life. Whereas now, I mean, in a sense, we've gone for the dream first, and now we're trying to finance it in retrospect. And FLP is doing it.
How do you earn this kind of extra income? You use the products, recommend them to others, and talk to people about our business opportunity. By doing this, you build a team. By helping your people build their team, yours develops and grows, just like your check. As you continue to build your business, still part-time, leaders will emerge and identify themselves. Work with those leaders, help them develop their businesses and achieve what they want from life, and the income is paid in a different way, as a royalty income. An extraordinary kind of pension that isn't dependent on the whims of government, making wise investments when we're young, and how many people do that, or whether the world's pension planners had a good lunch last Friday. What kind of money are we talking about now? Anything from £1,200 to £10,000 a month and more. Incredible? Well, here in the UK, there are men and women working with Forever Living earning double that now, £20,000 a month.
Initially when I started, it was very part-time, so therefore it was maybe 10 hours a week, 15 hours a week, and grabbing every spare moment to work the business, but grabbing it with excitement. I mean, I couldn't wait to finish the day job to get home and start the network marketing, because I was just on fire, if you like. When we joined the business, we were living in rather manky rented accommodation out of necessity. That's what we had to do. And now we live in a beautiful country home with 4 acres of land, which is lovely. It's my home, and it's a dream home. I've educated my kids, and that was my goal. I wanted the children to go to top public schools, and that was my goal. And the day that I got the boys into those schools was one of the proudest days of my life.
I have about 3 months holiday every year, and over a month of which this year was paid for by Forever Living with spending money. I have 3 young children, so it means I can spend a lot of time with my kids, which most working fathers can't do. They perhaps can snatch a kiss with them first thing in the morning, and then they see them when they get home late at night.
And to me, that freedom is really important. It's been something that was very important to me, watching the children grow up. I wanted to be around for the sports games, the football games, the rugby games. And I know that as my sons got heavily involved in their rugby, that I was the parents, John and I were the parents that were there on the touchline for every match, no matter what time of day or what time of week it was. To me, that's time. That's the kind of time that, you know, that gives you the freedom to do whatever you want to do.
As your business grows, you also move naturally into a position where you qualify for other things the company offers. There are regular incentives throughout the year. Then there's the car plan and international trips. But the icing on the cake is that once a year, a percentage of the company's profits are given back to distributors as a bonus. And it's not just those at the top, it's anyone who qualifies.
£4,734 and 61 pence. £5,549 63 pence. £7,576 and 65 pence. 14,940.59. Fantastic. £25,853 and 46 pence. £121,650 and 23 pence. We have a cheque for £175,900.
So there really are no limits. Forever Living Products can offer you £500 a month to pay your mortgage, or £50,000 to pay the whole town's. It's up to you. I feel blessed, if you really want to know. I feel as if my life could very slightly get better, but you couldn't really have a much better life than I'm living at the moment. I can, in myself, I feel much better. I have so much more confidence now. I feel so much more positive. I really feel I'm making a contribution.
It's not the money. It's the pride of standing back and saying, I have had a part to play in that person's security. I have had a part to play in building a team.
I wouldn't be where I am today unless people in my team were being successful.
Your group, your people, the people you work with become almost like an extended family.
I know that might sound a bit corny, but I'm helping people to develop their lives and to get what they want from life financially and lifestyle-wise. And I'm also helping people with these amazing products.
Here we'd found a company that was bringing together the two vital components, product and company, with a vision. The success of the company is based on the aloe vera plant. It looks like a cactus, but it's actually a member of the onion and garlic family. It only grows in hot, dry climates, which is why it's only quite recently that we've heard about it in this part of the world. However, there are records of its use going back for thousands of years. So you can drink it, spray it on or rub it in, and it will give you enormous benefits. Why is FLP aloe vera different to all the bottles in the health food shops? Firstly, our aloe is naturally grown, and it has been for the last 25 years, long before eating organic ever became so important. Secondly, it's the primary ingredient in all our aloe-based products. We start with aloe vera and add small amounts of other ingredients needed to make up the skin creams, gels and personal care products, not the other way round. As we're the world's largest growers of aloe vera, we can afford to do this. Thirdly, we use only the inner leaf gel, the bit that contains all the goodness. And lastly, and importantly, we have a unique patented process for naturally stabilising that gel. We're also the world's largest beekeepers. More and more people are aware of how good for you products from the beehive are. Our bees forage way out in the Sonoran Desert, collecting their pollen from wildflowers many, many miles away from any pollution. We can always guarantee the highest quality because we own the whole process, from cultivation to customer. And the beauty of all our products is that they're consumable, so your customers come back time and time again. Last year in the UK, we sold over £15 million of this, our drinking gel. It's packed full of a cocktail of nutrients, which in today's world of stress, pollution and questionable food quality is really important. And there are many other benefits that may be gained from drinking it.
Both were drinking the aloe gel, and within 3 weeks my energy levels just soared, which isn't a bad thing, being an aerobics instructor, you know, a bit of help with the energy levels. After about 4 or 5 weeks, my achy knees were not achy anymore. They used to be really stiff and achy first thing in the morning when I got up. But then after about 8 weeks, I realised I didn't have symptoms of a stomach condition I'd had for 20 years. Now, I'd had this for so long, I didn't consider I had any condition. But my doctor had told me 20 years previously just to put up with this, and I since realised this was irritable bowel syndrome. I don't have the symptoms anymore.
And FLP has many other top quality products in this area. And they're all truly unique.
How's everyone in the family? I said everyone's great except for my son, Marcus, who at the time was suffering from a skin condition called eczema. Ben had recommended this product called aloe vera, and we went, aloe what? Because I never heard of it. We tried it purely on the recommendation of Ben, because we knew Ben wouldn't recommend something for us that was harmful to our little boy. So we tried it. Didn't give a result right away. In fact, it got worse before it got better. 26 weeks later, we got a result. And that really impressed me. When we looked at all the doctors and medications and steroid creams and things, we weren't getting the results, but we got results with the aloe vera.
Of course, we really believe in our products and use them all the time. But to back up that belief, Forever Living offers a 60-day satisfaction guarantee. If you use the products for 60 days and you don't gain a benefit from them, you keep the empty bottles or tubes and give them back with your receipt, and you get your money back. Just think about that for a moment. How long do you think Forever Living products would have lasted if the products didn't work? Not 25 weeks, let alone 25 years. Getting started in this business has been made easy by the company, who've put together all the most popular products and all the literature you'll need in one package, the Fast Start Pack. As we said, this business is about recommendation, not selling. And as this box is discounted, it's the best and most cost-effective way to try the products and find out for yourself what the benefits are, so you can start talking to people about them straight away. To support the distributors, FLP has an advisory board. Dr. Peter Atherton is a former GP who did a research fellowship at Green College, Oxford, studying the properties and uses of aloe. Dawn Parker is a beauty and nutritional expert with a wealth of knowledge. And David Urch is a vet with his own very successful animal practice. These professionals not only use and endorse the products, but are also there to answer any queries we may have. What about Forever Living Products itself? Well, we're a global organisation with over 25 years of consistent growth, with an annual turnover of over $2 billion and growing. Based in Scottsdale, Arizona, we now operate in over 100 countries. Unlike many other large companies, we're privately owned, which means that we are not beholden to any shareholders. Importantly, we're cash rich and totally debt-free, with over $1 billion worth of assets around the world. FLP provides superb local and national support, with excellent training on both the products and developing your business. So excellent, in fact, that the company has recently been given the prestigious Investors in People Award. Now, 8 years on, the reason that I am excited now as I was then is because of the training and support structure that the company have in place, which I believe is second to none. Somebody can get involved in this business tomorrow and by the end of the week have an understanding of exactly what they need to do in order to be successful. And every step of the way they are supported either by the company, by people in their area, by the person who introduced them into the business.
I think the most extraordinary thing about Forever Living is that you have someone or some people holding your hand every step of the way. When I first saw this business, I wasn't sure that I could do it. I believed the business worked because I could see other people, I'd met other people that had got a great life, so it obviously did work for some people, but would it work for me? And the biggest thing for me, once I'd seen the vision and I could see freedom flashing in front of my eyes, was the fact that somebody was going to hold my hand and help me achieve.
We were sponsored by some very good people. We ran with it, we did as we were told or shown. Yes. And here we are today, and it has changed our lives out of all recognition.
After 4 years, we're living the dream that we set off and we saw other people doing when we first looked at it.
It has given us that lifestyle. We work, I started our Forever Living business 3 years ago. After 6 months I was able to give my job up and spent the last 2.5 years building a business that has been just such great fun. So much so that my husband, who was also director of a textile company, joined me in the business in January this year, and now it's brilliant because we're both together, we work part-time, we have fun building the business, but we also are able to do all the other things in life we've always wanted to do.
The people we're working with right now have also got a very, very good future, and yeah, we sleep very well at night now.
You've heard about the company and the great products we deal with, and you've heard about the kind of money you can make if you put in the work. So, what do we actually do? Well, we use the products. We also look after a few regular customers. You can have as many customers as you want, but most people build successful businesses with just a handful. And the third thing we need to do is build a team. Let's assume, just for the moment, that you've liked what you've seen so far and you decide to get involved with Forever Living. Do you think it's possible that you might be able to find 2 other people who'd like to make some extra money? Well, if we find 2 people and we help them to do the same, there would then be 4 people, and then 8, and then 16, making a total of 30 people. But you personally only found 2. Now, this business is about a lot of people doing a little. So when somebody decides to join, we help them to develop a business turning over just £500 a month, which means that your business would now be turning over £15,000 a month. Aside from personal retail profit, the average the company will pay you on this sort of business is 8%, which means that you'd be earning an additional £1,200 a month for an extra 10 to 20 hours a week. Now, the royalty income we talked about. With help, you found 2 people. Do you think it's possible to go on and find a third? Well, if we duplicate that like we did before, there's now 120 people in your team. Now look at the difference between working with 3 as opposed to working with 2. £500 multiplied by 120 people means your business is now turning over £60,000 a month. And although the percentage you're paid in royalties is smaller at an average of 5%, because you have more people in your team, it's a much bigger cake. And you'll now be paid an additional £3,000 a month. Now again, with help, could you make the 3 a nice round 5? So duplicating again, 25, 125, 625, there's now a total of 780 people in your team, but again, you personally only found 5. Now the one thing I can promise you is that it'll never build as evenly as that. 5 who find 5 who find 5. Some will find 1, some will find none. Some will find 8 or 10, but building a team of 780, if you put the work in, is entirely realistic. Many, many people in the UK have teams that size. So, 780 people times £500 is 390,000. As we said before, the average royalty you'd earn on that is 5%, which means that you'd earn £19,500 a month from your FLP business. With everything you've learned so far, I'm sure you can see that Forever Living products and those that work with them have a very strong future. If you're looking at Forever Living products for the first time today and you see what we see in this business, talk to the person who gave you this tape or CD. They'll tell you exactly how to get up and running quickly so you can begin to make the sort of changes you want to make in your life.
Anybody can do it. It's an absolutely equal playing field, and it doesn't matter whether you start today or you started 5 years ago. There's enough reward for everyone in the pot.
There's nothing special about me. The only difference between me and somebody looking at this business today for the very first time is time. In fact, I believe that people getting involved in our business today can achieve what we've achieved in half the time, because everything's in place now for someone to be successful.